It's time to wake up on a Friday morning. I'm trying to now get my fishing 69. Nice. I'm screwed right now, guys. Oh no, salvage. Come on, come on. Oh, okay, now I can fight. This is what we call being not prepared. People play the Final Fantasy and they'll play the expansion and then they will come back before the next expansion and play it. Final Fantasy has this interesting little... Yes. Hello, everyone. And if anybody is here bright and early, my name's Brian. If you have never been on a live stream, seen a video, boom, 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 yeah.
Break it down, get perceptive down, everybody get it down, don't know what's going up or down, everybody dance around, everybody sing a song, everybody do the thing you love the most, dance around, sing around, everybody come around, ever does it for the sound, doesn't even make a noun, oh hey, go, so, da, everybody get down, real, so, go home.
It's time to wake up on a Friday morning. Let me be your coffee break. Everybody break it down. Doesn't know what he's saying. All right, get around. Loading up another game. Servers are going down. Everybody wants to play, but it's an online game. Launch day troubles are the thing you will want to know. Launch day, it happens to us all. You can't perform, but it's okay. He just makes up the words as he goes along. My World for New World scheduled to be merged today, so I don't know if they're gonna give me some kind of countdown timer, but guess we'll find out. Yeah, they're doing some new merges in New World, which means they've hopefully fixed the server merging issues, which would be great because then maybe that means they can focus in on the server transfer, which essentially then gives players to be like, okay, yeah, I made my character. And then it's like, all right, they won't let me go play with my friends now because I think, gamers. All right, so what I'm working on right now in New World is that I look at my weapon mastery and finally hit 20 on hatchet. So I'm just basically trying to get every weapon to 20. In terms of my trade skills, I'm trying to now get my fishing 69. Nice. Trying to get that to 200. And by what I've ended up focusing in on right now as a part of just like hard casting and what have you is legitimately focusing on this fishing quest that apparently rewards me with a legendary fishing pole at the end of it. But it is a very long quest and I'm rather enjoying it. It just seems that, so I'm trying to work on getting my fishing to 200. I think that's going to be really exciting. Overall, then I think essentially just gathering. I'd love to get all these gathering skills to 200 here in the near future. Okay, let's see here. What a fool I was to run out here without actually feeling like I should drop things off. Anything I can drop. Let me just break this down. Oh, that's actually a better... What? That does not have any perks on it, though. All right, great. This is going to be awesome. Let me just try to salvage. I'm screwed right now, guys. Oh, no, salvage. Come on, come on. Oh, okay, now I can fight. This is what we call being not prepared.
One other thing I do want to say about Lost Ark, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel no personal attachment to my character whatsoever at all, and that's kind of a bummer.
Do you think that's because of how essentially, like from a customization perspective, you don't really get the class is locked to the gender?
I think it's the point of view. I'm not like in there with them. I'm kind of looking down on them like a emotionless
or a benevolent god.
Yeah, I'm looking down on them like a judging god, just like yes, slay them.
It feels more like you're telling your character what to do instead of doing it as the character.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that just okay? So then does that sing true for all like games like Diablo and of that nature? Do you feel that same benevolence or judgment in those games as this one? I'm just not a judgment, just a discussion.
Not really. I played like 300 hours of Wild Terra 2, and I'm like, yeah, this is my character. This is me. And that has the same aspect, like where it's like isometric top-down view, but you also don't roll alts in that game because it takes you 100 hours to build a 8x8 base.
Oh, that's actually really interesting, because like in Lost Ark, it's really driven on, like, especially if you want to do the end game stuff, it's really driven on that, you know, making multiple characters. In fact, the roster system incentivizes that kind of play.
Yeah. Whereas in like WoW or Final Fantasy, I at least feel connected to my character. I see things from their perspective somewhat.
So much so that one of the things I want to do is I want to replay the entire Final Fantasy XIV story, but on a new character. And not gonna lie, there's a little bit level of like, it's just, is that gonna feel the same? Because like I've been playing Bryn for 12 years, right? Like, and I've always been like, I really enjoyed RP back in my Final Fantasy XI days. But one of the things I ended up making a decision on is that, especially like even before content creation, I ended up just playing Bryn more as me. But then I was like, oh man, would jumping into like a new character allow me to play that character and how I respond different from myself, and what does that even look like? And anyway, so just those are just some of the thoughts I had, because I definitely hear you on like when you feel real connected to a specific character specifically. Like I don't necessarily like feel like what I feel for Bryn here with, you know, this other version of Bryn in New World, but maybe that's a function of time, and maybe that's something that they can do. I do feel more connected to the world in New World than I do in Eorzea, but that's all design decisions.
So Brian, I just watched your video.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're wrong.
I know. I like
You're
how.
wrong.
Oh yeah. How so?
You just said everyone.
You said everyone's wrong.
I said I was wrong. I said I was wrong at the start of the video. Yeah. I
you're
agree.
wrong about that too.
I throw everybody in that. Oh, it's some weird.
I'm just busting your ball.
It's 3 layers of meta. You're wrong about being wrong. So
yeah.
you're right, but you're also wrong.
Oh my god!
I legitimately like think about that in a lot of different contexts. Like even Real says, I'm a time traveler from March 2020 to tell you that New World is shut down, so I can be the first person to tell you that you are wrong. Obviously, like memeing. And the funny thing is that I know I'm going to get people who think that. I know I'm going to get people like, even if the game shuts down, they're like, oh, see, you were wrong. It's like, hey, I said I was wrong, but I don't say the game's going to succeed. I'm saying that there are principles in which that the game, you know, if they follow, it will be just fine. And everybody says that like the population is they're all working off of old data sets. MMOs in and of itself don't operate under the same level that people apply to them today. They, you know, so basically it's like you're taking kind of a 20-year-old model and you're thinking like, oh, it's 2022. Those same rules apply. And that just isn't the way it is anymore. And you could take Final Fantasy, like people were saying, hey, Final Fantasy, like memeing that like no more queues, dead game. It's like people play the Final Fantasy and they'll play the expansion and then they will come back before the next expansion and play it. Final Fantasy has this interesting little population thing. And so for a lot of players, a lot of the people who came in the last surge, who all of a sudden started seeing all this also from a content creation success with the game, it's no matter what, like it's, you have that and then you see this natural just drop because a lot of people play these games in different ways, and Yoshi P himself even encourages that. Now 14 is a sub-based model. WoW currently still is a sub-based model, but when we look at like things like Lost Ark, Blue Protocol on the horizon, all these varying different MMORPGs that don't have that same business model, we're actually going to see a huge wealth of investment in the genre, because for the longest time what was happening is that you had these WoW clones. One of the things that a lot of people are looking at, the WoW clone, you know, and hey, they made these games and then they shut these games down. That's exactly what happened. But those games didn't really do anything different, even for its visual style. For WildStar, it was built by some older WoW devs, and they shut it down because they stopped making content for it. If they continue to make content for WildStar, I think it could actually be a very interesting game in today's society. In fact, we have gamers that are legitimately like trying to build up a private server for WildStar, because like no matter what, like these games have that personal. Go ahead.
The issue with WildStar is that it went for the hardcore WoW players. It was too niche. That was its main issue. It wasn't content or anything. It was just that they built it for the old school WoW player, who was also a hardcore raider, and that's the main reason why they just fell apart.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate the conversation, and love you. I'll see y'all next Friday.